Needless to say,
I realized that it would be impossible for me to provide for my family in the same way. However, I studied German and high school and college and remembered about youth hospitals. After much argument with my father, I opened up Paso's first and only youth hospital. The Paso's International Hospital was the
single best
best chance
change
that changed my life. Was a big
profits, money,
and entered the
real estate
market along with
story.
The hotel back to its original
Grandeur. That's a French word.
That's the really
Historic renovations.
continue.
Good. What do you think grandeur means? Fancy, not pretty.
Honey,
Right?
nice.
Extravagant.
I
Yeah.
think much better than
What a thing earlier. Setting up an account. Good.
I can't believe this is. We're on New Year's Eve.
Because he couldn't focus.
It's scary too.
He kept tripping up on his first
And it's scary too.
That's scary?
Yeah.
What is?
Mom, can you get up?
Shit, I'm trying to run.
Stop touching my phone, please.
I'm looking.
Where? Okay. Don't touch the flashlight.
Where the paranormal activity should be at. That's where the paranormal activity should be at.
You remember?
Yeah.
Look at you, though, man.
Sorry. This is just voices. Down in there,
It sounds like something you'll hear in torture guys.
I'll be right back, guys.
You wanna go back there? Stop touching. Get on the spot, bro. ¿Está bien, Ale? Are you I'm not going. I was again. Hey, wait.
Hey. Go. Nothing.
I'm taking it.
That's.
Where's the keto tree?
Oh, now you're scared?
Oh, yeah, I'm going downtown.
What do your friends say about downtown?
Princeton lives in downtown.
So we'll go.
You know where the Dollar Tree used to be? The small house.
We'll go. Where Daddy's live, or we drove around.
Oh, yeah, there's all of them. There's just a lot of shootings there.
There's a lot of shootings, yeah, because it's a bad area. I told you she isn't even all over. That's what you're school.
I don't know.
What did you in school?
I don't know.
Right.
You fucking look pretty, you don't fuck around and you don't keep out of the yeah, and you don't tell her anything. I do tell her. And she says that she needs anything, she'll tell me.
It's a ugly picture. Hello. Turn on some lights. Dark up in here. Oh, I know what you want. And then give me your music.
If you guys happen to be upstairs, walk in with their phone instead of cops.
Okay.
Steven, the guy at the desk is like, yeah, I want what you guys are about to do. I would have handled it earlier, but
Huh?
I would have handled it earlier, but
Did they come in?
no, I'm saying
Oh.
over at the plaza. I would have handled it then, but you hear it started yapping, so. Fuck it. Not gonna deal with it right now.
What pictures, Mom? I haven't been on since I've been in the wall.
Tomorrow's gonna be a long stream.
Dude, why are you popping up for me then?
Gonna look a lot different than this one too.
Dude, look. It's the
This is not Instagram, this is.
because I haven't been on TikTok yet. You're gonna be down here again, or from the comment, the horizontal? Did they open it today? Before? Sunday's 20.
Where's your last box?
It's good.
Oh, what the hell? That doesn't go. Huh? What's this doing here? We're asking the real questions now.
Oh, they were calling for you last time.
Hey! What is this? So Finn's upstairs, he's our little investigator. This is Abby, she's a pretty good investigator. This is Liz, she's one of our investigators, and she's one of us. Come on in, you comfortable? Switchers! To watch the stairway. So the stairway is definitely something to keep an eye on. I noticed the transom is closed. Looks like they got it secured. Last week, you guys remember, it was kind of breezy. We kept hearing somebody pounding on the door up there. And we're like, what the hell's going on, right? So we sent Alex outside with one of the guests to observe, and we hear the pounding, and they're like, there's nobody here, we're all FaceTiming with them and everything. I was like, wait a minute. Above the door is a window. They open it to allow circulation. Transom, I think it's called, back in the day before air conditioning. I said, watch that. And just, you see it close. Boom. Debunks. Dang. We're all upset. All right. So Alex has everything pretty much set up. I'm gonna hand out some K2s. We have 3 we can hand out.
Sorry.
Yeah. A whole bunch more, so I wouldn't use it. Now over here, in this area, they're gonna be lit up to yellow. Okay? And that's just because there's a lot of electricity.
Get your body, sir.
All right. The K2, we'll give you a paranormal investigation 101. You see the K, you guys watch the TV shows? Okay, so everybody's got K2s. They're actually used to find the wires in the walls by electricians. That's what they're invented for us to do. So your little pulse senses it. They are directional, so whatever you pointed at, that's what it's reading out front of it. Now, a lot of the TV shows, they say, well, if you're a demon, make it blink twice. Make it blink twice. So if you ever see it blink twice, who did it? That means somebody has a radio.
Where's yours?
And somebody's
Mine's over
in
in
the
my
mic on the
box.
radio to make you do that. That's the only time it's gonna do blink, blink. So, we'll show you something better.
I don't know.
On how it's overloaded. So I don't mind throwing another team under the bus if they're gonna fix something. So I'm gonna put this back in case. But it does have a very wide frequency range of between 30 hertz and 30,000 hertz. So 1 hertz means that the electricity is bouncing through the wires 1 time a second. So 30,000 is super fast. So it's just got a huge range. So a couple other things we have. This is a Ghost Meter Pro. It does something a little bit different. And this thing operates on ELF, extremely low frequencies. So between 3 and 10 hertz. Nothing in this building should have that low of frequency. Yeah. So these are more earth frequencies. But when this red light on the front turns on, that means the right energy to be a spirit is here. And so we use it to communicate 1 blink for yes, 2 blinks for no. We have mini mag lights. These things are, you turn them on, turn them on. Incandescent. These aren't the LED ones. These things work a lot better, harder to get now. But they're just like Walmart, so they're not special anyway. If they happen to turn on and off on command or by themselves, then you guys can take them apart if you want. So you can check them out. Cat balls, not actually testicles. Cat balls, the cat toys. To make these things turn, to blink, you have to move them around. So, yeah, we have one sitting right there too. Now, something else we found is that some sort of high energy will turn it on. As a matter of fact, the weirdest thing happened to us. We had a REM pod. I'm sure you guys have heard of the REM pod. It's just like this piece of equipment, has a proximity sensor. So if you get close to it, then it starts beeping. And so it was going off over there. The flashlight was going crazy, and the cat ball was going crazy. It was like nonstop. Well, when Alex picked everything up and was turning everything off, that cat ball was never even turned on. And we still have yet to figure that one out. He took them home, took them apart and everything. Spirit box. No. This is the spirit box right here. This is the one. This is the one that you see on Ghost Adventures, and it's really noisy and everything. So we hook it into this box right here. It's a guitar amp and guitar pedals. So you got a noise reduction, a noise gate they call it, to take all the static out. I leave a little bit in for sensitivity, and it feeds into a reverb, which takes the vocal tones, because no music comes through it. It's really weird. It takes those vocal tones and stretches them out, so now you can actually understand what they're saying. We have a laser grid over here. Kind of see it on me right here.
Wait, that's what I was.
So the laser grid is pointed this way. So if just some of the dots move and nobody's anywhere near it, something just passed through. So that's what we watch for.
That's what I was thinking last week. I was like, instead of putting it there, stick it on that wall, but then it faces right.
Yeah, then everybody's going blind. Yeah. Flashlights, we have flashlight, cat ball, flashlight, cat ball, and flashlight right here. One other thing, just to let you know, if you guys start feeling a burning sensation, you're probably getting scratched. Last week, a gentleman was sitting right where you're sitting, he got scratched. So he's like, oh, I just had a feeling I should tell people. I didn't tell him that. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna tell you guys, if you start feeling a burning sensation, he's like, my wrist has been burning for about 15 or 20 minutes. I look at it, it's red.
He was also Norse pagan. So
Yeah, he had like the pagan stuff on and stuff. It was like a scratch right here on his wrist. I was like, oh, congratulations. I think that's it for equipment. He's running Paravox, which is no. It spits out words and yes and no. So we take it for what it's worth. Some of the words don't make any sense, some do. But it's pretty accurate.
He's running tones and he's running Ghost Radar.
Ghost Radar? Okay, Ghost Radar spits out words. Solomon does a lot of tones, so it kind of puts our energies together and puts us a little bit closer together.
Shuffle.
Okay. That's Addie right there, by the way. I didn't tell you who she was.
Yeah, he's social.
She's being antisocial. One other piece of equipment we have. This is a Tesla coil, just a small one. It's obnoxious. We like to run it. It brings the energy up in the room. Sometimes you can even smell the electricity. Oh gosh. It's loud. And we've got a booth at the Comic-Con. We're probably going to do a lot of this equipment. So we'll see what happens. Oh, way to go.
Hey.
We're going to get kicked out of this place.
You're gonna get kicked.
Activity-wise. All right, so the hottest spot that we noticed for activity in this room is going to be the stairway right there. We have a strobing red light up there. We found that red lights work really well for our night vision. Another good place is going to be that doorway. We actually had the doors just like fling open a couple weeks ago. If you don't notice.
Leon,
Yes.
when my dad put it on the app, the girl said bank.
Bank. Oh, okay. Not sure what that means. Political.
No one knows it.
Turn off the flashlight.
Say spill watch.
Turn it off for me, please. We're not ready. Turn a different one on so everybody can see it. Thank you. Might be in for a good night.
Nothing like that.
Watch for shadow movement on the stairs and by the doorway. Another area. We had one of our guests was sensitive, and she was actually sitting in this chair. And I was seeing something move over here. I couldn't see all of it. And she goes, "Yeah, he's tall." And I said, "How can you tell?" She said, "He's bending over looking at me like this. So she could sense it. I couldn't see the whole thing, but I could see part of it. We had a guest, Addie sat on the stairs for a minute and something pushed her. So she's like, yep, I'm done with this. So she went and sat on the couch. And one of our guests sitting over here could see somebody sitting there still, like suddenly reappear. That same night, I could see somebody standing in the middle of the stairs. Now, we're pretty sure that a woman named Heidi, we believe she was one of the maintenance workers here a long time ago. Somebody pushed her or kicked her violently down the stairs, and she landed on the floor, cracked her skull, and passed away. We came in contact with the spirit box with a guy or a young man by the name of Johnny. That's what he calls himself. And he said he was shot by his friend Miguel and killed. And he said that he forgives Miguel, but he's still mad at him. Magda, she doesn't like us being here too much. She's got a bit of an attitude. The elevator shaft is just on the other side of the wall right there. So we have seen shadows in that corner also. We used to open this little door right here because when we'd open it, we'd get more activity, but what we found that whatever activity was coming out of there is kind of negative. So I promised the owner we wouldn't bring in anything negative. All right, are you guys ready? You guys have anything to add? All right.
Is the flower still there?
No, the flower's gone.
Oh.
Probably.
Trying to do it
Yeah, probably. Liz is actually playing some 1920s music to kind of bring them out. We also found that playing like Vietnam era rock, like Hendrix and the Doors and stuff, that actually bumps up activity also. There are I believe it's 3 or 4 foot lockers from that era inside the storage area. They say they've never opened them. They were sent back from Vietnam to the last known addresses of the owners after they passed away. So, and that was here. All right, we ready? Let's do it. I'll crank up I'm gonna crank up this thing. Stop turning on.
It was on, you just used it.
You might start feeling one of the fans in the room. If we were to leave that thing running for like an hour, this place would be so charged. What we're gonna do is what is that? What we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to the sound of the room. We should hear nothing above us because that business is closed, that little pink pony place. It's closed, there's nobody in there. I always peek through the window to make sure.
Pink pony.
What it's called.
Cafe Rose.
Oh, Cafe Rose. We got ponies.
Oh, where the hell you got pink pony?
We've actually heard chairs. We've heard chairs like being dragged around up there. Last week.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
Wonder if they fixed the window.
It's closed. It's closed. I was all upset.
Just didn't make sense.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
So I just saw something move over here. It's very subtle. Can we introduce us? Hello? It's Leon. I'm here with some friends. I'm here with Alex.
Hello.
Liz.
Hello.
Art.
What's up?
Finn.
So,
And Addie.
hi.
We brought some friends with us. They want to witness you. They want to see you. They want to interact with you guys. They kind of want to, they're curious about your state of existence right now. We'd like it if you came out to us. We cannot see you. Unless you try really hard, then we can kind of see you. It's very difficult, stairway. Tonight we'd like to reach out to Heidi. Heidi, are you here? Okay, something just zipped left to right over here. It's like a small shadow. It might have been Adam. So the people upstairs reported to us they saw a little girl in a dress in the lobby, like an old-timey dress. Well, come to find out, probably about 3 years old. Come to find out it wasn't a girl. Because back in the old days, little boys up until a certain age wore dresses. Then they graduated to short pants and then to regular clothes about age 12 or so. Probably made diaper changing a lot easier. So we're pretty sure that that was Adam that they saw up there. Now Adam is here. His older brother, somebody that says he's his older brother, is here. Ooh, flashlight. Is that right? Is Adam's older brother here? Protecting him, making sure he's okay? We're not going to hurt him. Thank you. Yeah, we haven't seen one turn on up there for a while. Well, if you're here, if you want to turn on the flashlight, yes? If you want to turn on the flashlights, we have more. I know you were doing this one earlier. We have another flashlight up there. We have another one over here. So feel free to turn any of those on too. We would definitely appreciate seeing that.
There's also the food there, right?
The candy? There's a,
They should still be there.
yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
So we put a candy bar and a couple of cigarettes inside that little cabinet over there. There's like a little secret place in there. So we told them. So have you guys found the candy and the cigarettes? Did you find it? So feel free to touch somebody in here if you want to. It's okay. Not allowed to take any of their energy though. I know you guys won't. So we were having a daytime tour. And I was kind of setting up and everything. We had the lights turned off already and we were just trying to get started. And some little kid just ran right by me right here. I was like, holy cow. At least one of the guests got to see it too. Now we do have some toys here. I'm going to turn one on so you can see what it does.
The closest.
Yeah, it's just like,
Don't ever put one of these in your back seat. Drive. You don't think you get
You
pulled
don't
over?
have red and blue flashing. It's had to be on that one.
Yeah, but you're going to be pulling over right away. You can get that adrenaline rush. Huh?
Oh, there's enough light at the top.
Oh, okay. If you can hear me, grab Art's butt. So on the same word, else. Elsie.
Are they grabbing his foot?
So we won't know if you hear, ah. He's like, ah, come on.
That would be better.
Yes, much better, thank you.
I think that's pretty good lighting right there.
No. It did not grab his foot.
I did not grab my phone.
Something followed you.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it right as you got to. I was watching it, I wanted to see if it would come to the door with you. But it didn't show up, so you were right by here. So a lot of it's very subtle, guys. It's just basically looking for changes. Something just moved over there.
It sounded like there was people talking over there. There was just music playing. Voices just kind of like, there's a guy upstairs. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement. It's real hard to see. It's a little bit lighter colored, like it's not a black shadow. So on a full investigation, what you would do is you would go talk to the client, of course, and find out what their claims are. And if they saw a lady in the stairs, then you would put the cameras there trying to, that's the most likely place you're going to capture something. And, but basically it's a lot of sitting and waiting, a whole lot. And of course you have your tape recorders and cameras, and you have to go through all that evidence, usually like 3 times. So it's about to say something.
It's trying.
Yeah, it's trying. You can say words on this little piece of equipment right here. Not sure how, but try. I know I can't do it. So if there's anybody here, come on in the room. It's trying. It's not spitting anything out. So when we used to go to the Gateway, the very first time Finn showed up for that, we were just trying to see if he's going to be okay doing this sort of thing, right? And he said, "I see 2 little boys in the hallway, pointing towards the hallway." And that is exactly where we had seen 2 little boys in the hallway. It was what? You remember what their names were? Joseph and Ezekiel.
Yes.
Yeah, Joseph and Ezekiel. Something just moved in the stairway again. Don't hide. You can come out. We're not going to hurt you. No way. That one was like right here. I swear I saw the bird in a hat. Who's wearing the hat?
Yes.
Get anything on yours, Art?
I have a K2 that I downloaded from the App Store.
Yeah.
So that he could use it. But I haven't gotten, I didn't get any words. The only words I got was banned and political.
They don't mean anything to us.
Well, I mean, political might be with Preston, but since Preston didn't die here, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a piece of it is still here, like.
I mean, they probably had meetings,
They did. I
you
mean,
know, maybe not just KKK, but like, you know,
he was running for mayor, and that was his platform, that bringing the KKK to El Paso.
he almost won, by the way. But he lost by like 20 votes or something.
Yeah, definitely. Unless he lost against Dudley, which they didn't go after. Yeah.
Johnny, you here? Do we think Johnny was killed before this business? Same with Adam. We don't know what happened to Adam. He's just moved in the doorway. Or something.
Adeline's here today. Want to come scare her? Let's play those games with you guys.
Not me. Don't scare me.
No, just Adam.
Daddy, you can tell me.
Doesn't.
No, stop.
Doesn't.
Yeah, so it's on the flashlight.
Yeah, what about the flashlights again?
Washroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw something in the washroom too.
It keeps doing this move.
It doesn't want to come out.
Like, it's just kind of looking to see if we're still there.
Oh, you guys seen
Did you
somebody
come
peek
in?
out of
Yeah.
the laundry room? It'd be cool, we could incorporate that kitchen area. But it's just too much noise from upstairs.
Yeah.
Come on out, guys, it's okay, you don't have to be afraid of us. There's movement at the bottom of the door. It's very subtle. You can see it once, you get a notice. It's just so subtle. Are any of you guys sensitive?
Yes.
We had a girl here, she's like 12, 13 years old, maybe 14, like a kid. And she was actually sitting where you guys are sitting on the edge over there. She could see everything so well. I mean, I was like, girl, I can't see what you're seeing. I told her parents, I said, she might be sensitive. Huh? Yeah. That skinny kid?
That came with that one.
With the parents. Oh, no, that was a different girl. Yeah, she was pretty good too. She was sensitive.
But the one that.
You wanted
Huh?
to turn the speaker, if that's what you want, and talk to us, please turn on one of the flashlights, I don't care which one it is.
You're scaring the girl.
Scare the girl.
Turn it on, please.
Take out most of the static. Hello? Hello? Won't sound like you said hey. Kinda. Are you here with us tonight? Say no.
Got it?
Said Abby.
There.
said hi. Said the same word twice over different frequencies. It didn't sound like help. It's like hell, whatever that is. So it's running on AM stations, and it's running 3 channels per second. And the chances of them saying the exact word, different frequencies, is really strange. You know, the chances are slim. So I know you guys heard us earlier. Hey, I wanted to ask you, we haven't reached out to Preston for a while.
Fear.
Fear? Fear. We haven't reached out to Preston Gardner. Mr. Gardner, are you here? Are you here? Is Preston here? No?
Like the color brown.
Are you in Mr. Brown?
No?
Because you're brown people done here. You don't want us here. Turn on the turn on the flashlight so we don't know it's you.
Let us know that you want us to leave.
Part of those.
Rabbit? Let's play that.
You guys had one?
All right. Give it a few minutes, see if it swells up. We're not going to leave.
You want this song?
Nothing else. Right? Exactly, sir.
Leon, be okay.
I will be.
Go on in and turn on one of the flashlights.
Reset it or?
Leon, think you will be okay.
Look at this. What speaker for it? See that? Like
Did it
on?
die?
No, it's not even on.
Okay. It's not fair if it happens to me. It's got to happen to somebody else. Oh, you guys are going to believe me.
Question.
Answer.
We got an answer if you got a question.
It says hot.
Okay. You guys can probably see it now. Hurts. That one went off earlier. Like before we turned the lights on. Off. Just turn it on. Go ahead and talk with us. It's okay. You guys have a question?
No, we're not gonna leave. Ask us a question.
We're allowed to be here by the owner, Stephanie. She likes us.
15.
We get along with her very well.
If the other
What are you afraid of?
decides to show up today.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
No.
Are you
Well,
afraid
enough
of
for them.
everything here?
See?
They were.
What did it say? They are? They
So
are.
there's 15 of you here, want to make yourself known, so being scared.
I've got a question for you. Do you guys remember that old 100-year-old TV show called Our Gang? Or The Little Rascals?
No.
No? Okay. Does anybody know who the main character was on Little Rascals or Our Gang? Do you remember what his name was? His hair stuck up in the middle? You don't? Who is the little girl? Her name was Darla. It almost sounded like it was right. I turned it up just a little bit. It was Alfalfa's girlfriend, right? Who was the youngest one?
You
Did you hear that? The kitchen.
Did you guys hear it?
I heard like clinking in the kitchen.
Like dishes?
Yeah. Are you cooking?
Are you cleaning up?
Couldn't understand it.
I heard Ellie.
Yeah.
Hey Ellie, why don't you come in here, please? No, why? Are you not allowed in here? I would like for you to come in here, Ellie.
Okay.
Come talk to us, please. If there's something you've been wanting to say, you can say it now. We're listening.
There was the dark mass at the bottom of the door.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Are you one of the teenagers here?
One of the housekeepers? What would you call that back in the day? Housekeeping, right? Or maid?
Both. Either one.
Well, let's try a card game. Happy? All right.
Check the rooms.
Took off all the face cards. It's going to be basically 2 through 8 through 10.
Thank you, Mel, for talking
So-
to us.
I'm gonna let you guys pick a card. When you get the card, just kind of hold it against yourself. Don't look at it. So I don't want it to affect what you hear on the radio. Have you guys heard numbers come through?
Don't get out of here, I will
And then
her.
when I point at your card, or you, just hold the card straight out like that. And don't show anybody. See if they can tell us what the card is. Yes. I mean, they can guess. Seven, all right. That first card is a seven.
Very certain.
Person.
You are gonna play the card game.
We're gonna play the card game.
You setting them up? That's why I tend to.
Where'd she go?
Oh, there's only 5.
So we've already heard 7. So if the first one I point to is a 7, that's gonna be interesting. What do you say?
Alex.
Alex?
Alex.
Same voice twice.
What? What do you want?
Check my neck again, see if it's swelled up.
Like, you want to take another picture?
No, just at an angle, just look at an angle like that.
It's a lot different than the picture. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go take another picture. You can see.
Yeah.
Okay, you gonna take a picture?
We're gonna go take another picture.
I'm gonna go take another picture.
Okay. Go ahead and turn on the light, or go ahead and talk to us through the speaker.
Kelly. Ellie. Can you tell me now, why are they mad at you for being in here?
It's going away. So it's starting to go away. Not for a minute. Okay, we're gonna play the card game. I'm gonna point at a card and you tell me what the card says on the bottom of it. What the number is, okay? If you get it right, it'll go in my pile, or your pile. If you get it right, it'll go in your pile. If you get it wrong, it goes in our pile. Yeah? We're gonna see who wins this game. We're gonna go random. So, we'll start with yours. What's this card right here? What's the number? You guys tell me what you guys hear, okay? What's the number? Right here. Is it- is it-
We're not mad at you guys.
Is it a 10?
We're just gonna be your guys'
Go ahead. It's a 6. I didn't hear a 6. That one goes in our pile. You guys smell cigarettes?
Hard for,
Like somebody smoking.
yeah, for me, I smell it.
I don't smell it over here. Possibly a phantom smell. Okay, we'll try yours. What's this card right here? No, it's a 7. And that was solid though. That's ours. It was a 7. But, oh wait, you're the first one to take the
Yeah.
card. And that said 7 before we even looked at it.
It is.
It was 7.
I will give that to him.
What was the one before that?
6.
No,
First number was definitely yes. Okay, I'll take that. Okay, we'll try yours. What's this one? A 1? Is it an ace or a 1? ¿En español si tú quieres? ¿Qué número es? What's that?
It's piano playing right now.
We'll take a 1 or a 3.
You like, what's your favorite instrument?
9. Tight, well, 2 to 1, we're winning. We will try. What's this one? What's this card right here? Is that an 8?
The number 8.
7. Another 7.
Yes.
8. They said 8 twice. Okay, one more. Actually, 2 more. What's this one right here? Actually, show it to the side. Hold it up closer like that. What's that card right there? You should be able to see it.
Began.
Couldn't tell. Began. What's the number on that card? What card is that? What number? Another? Okay, you guys got one right. Now you're working fair. Alex has got one on the table right there. What is that card?
What did it say there?
I couldn't tell. Seven? Oh, 7. Yeah.
You guys discussing this?
Are you guys making up your mind? Or?
It's like a group effort. Five. All right, I'll give you guys one more chance. I am going to randomly pick a card out of the deck.
Alaska.
8. That was pretty solid, right? Okay. How's that shit?
Okay, you grab that one, I'll pull this one.
Okay.
Ready?
8,
Okay.
6 and a 2, 8.
You want it better?
That's a new way to pick it.
Alaska.
I know people in Alaska.
Wow, okay. Interesting.
Let's try that again.
Try it again.
Yeah, that exact same.
Same thing, okay. See if they add it up again. All right, what are we gonna pull out of the deck?
Sound like 5.
I couldn't tell.
It was just very faint.
Nice and strong. 8, 10. Eight and 10. Okay, now we're on board.
Well, now they want to play.
Yeah, all
They
right.
like this idea, but
Should we do it one more time?
sure.
One more time.
I don't know other cards too.
Okay, let's have.
Shuffle it like. Have one of those shuffle.
Oh, you guys want to shuffle it? It's easier to. I'm just gonna spread them out. All right, one more time. What are we gonna pull out of the deck?
4 and
9? Six. Ace, not even, okay.
all right.
That was pretty good, the other one there. Pretty sharp.
You're doing better earlier.
Thank you very much for playing cards with us. We appreciate that. 6 upside down is a 9. They get them mixed up sometimes.
But none of those are.
Tell Don to come talk to us.
John.
Say he's asleep.
John, are you on your
That would
phone?
make sense. Said sleep.
Sleep.
Host.
Downstairs.
Last week.
Yeah.
It was like 75. So we're seeing if he'll come through. He's a huge enthusiast of this stuff. But from what I understand, if you were sick, product. If you were sick, when you get to the other side, you're given time to recuperate. And I don't know how it translates into the living time, but sometimes they said you're there for a while. So if you have a relative, say they died of cancer, and they suffered with it for a long time, and you're kind of waiting for that sign to come through, you got to be patient because it might take a long time for that sign, because they have to sort of recuperate in sort of a afterlife hospital, is what it was described to me as.
Did you hear those noises out there?
It's not somebody in there?
What's that?
I thought there was somebody in the kitchen.
Nobody's.
No, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. I don't know if you guys guessed her, but there was like some kind of something happening now, yeah.
Okay, so when we were playing the card game, before we played it, we heard no numbers. And then we started playing the card game, now we're hearing some numbers. 7. I don't know, maybe. Pull a card out. 6. Oh, well, yeah, there's a 7. That's what? Farm?
It said 3 right, please.
Firm, okay.
You know, just have the cards up.
So we've had a couple of times, well, quite a few times, where they've gotten all 5 cards right. We try to do 5, just because it's an odd number. And we've had it, they've gotten all of them right. The very first time we tried it, I said, tell me what this card is, and it said Ace of Spades. And I was like, well, that's pretty specific. And we flipped it over, and it was an Ace of Spades, and everybody in the group lost their minds. So, me too. I was like, oh my God. So that's why we keep trying it, see if they can do it. We're actually investigating Channel 26 there on Mesa for like one of their Halloween things. And so they were filming us doing everything. And we're like, let's try this. Let's play 21. Except we're not saying hit or stay. We're going to let the spirits do it. And they kicked our butt. I think we played like 5 hands. 5 or 6 hands. And they won every time. I was like, wow.
There's no face card.
No face card. Yeah, so it got complicated. And they got it on camera the whole time. And I don't remember who it was. It was Kiss FM, and they were doing an interview, and somebody called in to KISS FM to talk with a couple of our investigators and Mike Martinez. And they hear a kid in the background, "Mommy?" They said, "Oh, we better let you go. It sounds like your daughter is calling you." And the lady says, "I am in my car. My daughter I don't have a daughter in here." And we're like, "There's no kids in the studio either." So they got a live, what they call EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, right there on the radio. Pretty normal for El Paso, though. Is there anything you want to tell us through this radio? Let me use the phone.
It might be easier. Who knows?
Who scratched my neck?
Good question. That's more like some piece.
It felt like it too. Who did it? Did it say it's a woman?
What's her name?
Was it Ellie trying to get my attention, getting mad at me? Yeah. Ellie, say it again.
Did something happen to you, Alex?
Why do I feel like a spark on my knee? Yeah.
Leave Finn alone.
Leave him alone.
It felt like someone scratched me or it was like someone next to me.
Right. We'll finish it up.
Don't mess with the kiddos, okay?
It's here, it was.
Children are off limits. Ellie, did you try to get my attention by pinching my neck or scratching my neck?
I can spread. No, I wasn't even touching my knee.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, leave him alone.
I wasn't
No
even
more
touching
kids.
my knee. I was 40, yeah, from all this time in that.
Okay.
And it's red.
And it felt like a pinch or a spark?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
leave
feel bad about the application.
leave him alone.
What did I do to you guys? What did I do? What did I do?
All right, we got a lot more equipment here for you to mess with. Don't mess with the kids.
Yes.
No. Liz, did the energy just shift in the room?
That was me.
Like a lot of heaviness. Not what was in here.
Yeah. I felt something happen. I felt almost stressful.
I don't recognize it.
Who's here that's new? Talk to us on the radio.
Like during stirring.
Come into the room. Don't mess with the children.
Ellie, what happened to you?
We want to hear from Ellie.
Did they kill you down here, Ellie? Ellie?
Did something bad happen? She says, what? Did something bad happen to you down here?
Don't tell her to leave, she needs to stay. Ellie, were you a black woman? You knew what they were saying in my
They said colored back then.
Got her. The male.
A man.
Are you a colored woman, Ellie? Yeah. Yeah, right when you said that, that came out
And
of
then
the
my throat got like involved or a little bit. I don't know if it's from her.
Yeah. What? Why did you want to hurt her?
Ellie, do you want to know why she wanted to hurt you?
I'm glad I didn't deal with this.
No. They have no control over you.
It's her.
They have no control over you, Ellie. Depending on when she was from, they would call her Miss Ellie. There's still a lot of movement, but it's just so subtle, it's not like.
I have this sharp in my ear.
Turn on one of the flashlights.
Lost. Lost.
Lost.
Oh, I think I've talked to Ellie before, a long time ago. She says that she can't see any of the other spirits. She said she felt alone and lost.
Leon, it said French.
French. I don't speak French.
That was Alaska.
Alaska, yeah. So we've had a lot of different languages come through this thing. A couple weeks ago, we had somebody that spoke Russian, and she spoke Russian. I don't know what she was asking, but you could hear.
Now it said silent.
You could hear the responses were da, you know, like yes, in Russian. That's the only thing I can understand. Niet and da, but it only said da. It said da.
Leon,
Yeah.
it said silent.
Silent? Okay.
And now move.
So what voice that comes out?
And we don't get a clear answer. Like sometimes they say yes, like, yep. But we don't get a real clear answer. The theory is that they can communicate from anywhere. So we don't really know how it works. But they're using the carrier wave from the AM stations. So it could be within the range of the radio stations, you know, in reality. Scared the hell out of me. I wasn't looking. I saw you come walking out of there.
I watched her walk over.
Leon, it said nature.
Nature.
You know about how many?
No, we've gotten reports of all kinds of different people. Yeah.
Are there 9 of those right now?
Because we know the names of several. They've come through, but they're not always here. And he just said 9.
Yeah.
How is that? The number?
That's just this one?
Not anymore.
I remember when I did the tour, you guys took us in the basement. I ended up in the far corner. Nothing back there.
Yeah, that
What
was,
was that? What goes
Is that
with
the
that?
house?
that was the, oh yeah, so we would go, yeah, it looked like a bar. They were trying to build upstairs. Yeah, that was the Golden Eagle. Yeah, right now it is. And it's getting more and more difficult to find buildings to go into because everybody's building stuff. I mean, I prefer the really active, creepy ones, but at least this one we can kind of stay warm and comfortable.
What's up there? What's upstairs?
Like directly up above us,
Yeah, through
the stairway, the street, that goes out to the sidewalk.
Oh.
Leon,
Yeah,
it's saying in Thailand.
Entire, okay. Okay, we're gonna turn the spirit box off. Get out.
Okay.
We are.
We will, right?
All right, thank you for coming through. Goodbye.
Bye, Ellie.
Bye. Don't hurt me again. Please don't.
Okay, then you're good.
I think, Evan, we'll talk again later if you want to.
Do you want us to bring you anything?
Yeah, you want us to bring you anything?
Sweet. Peppermint.
Peppermint?
Peppermint pepper.
You say yeah?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, goodbye.
Bye. Oh,
We're gonna turn the lights on, guys.
Leon,
So,
it was weird because I was holding my dad's phone and then out of nowhere I got like spark.
Very interesting. We'll take a look at it when we turn the lights on. The light's gonna be bright, so close your eyes. I'm gonna count to 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it's more active. I was personally seeing a lot of activity in that area over there. It was so subtle. I don't know if you guys picked up on it or not. So, yeah, I wish we could go into some of the buildings, like some of the deep basements downtown. Because I know that there's good activity in
It
some of them.
was weird.
But a lot of
When I was with my dad.
so those guys that we saw at the San Francisco Plaza, they don't go inside anywhere.
They're just outside for
Friends
them.
forever.
And they charge like $30, I think. They did come in here and they were asking to come down into the basement, and the people upstairs were like, no. You know, you don't, that's,
Are you guys the only two in town, or is there another one?
there's another one called Ghost 915. They have their own basement, but they don't have equipment, and you have to download an app.
Where are they at?
They are on
San Antonio.
East San Antonio Street. Yeah, they have their own little place there. So, they do Concordia Cemetery, and so does Lost El Paso, Lost
That's why
Paranormal.
we've been like got
They do Concordia Cemetery also. Lost, it seems to be pretty good. If there's 5 Saturdays in a month, then Concordia actually does their own investigation / tour. At least they were, I don't know if they still are. The Concordia ones are pretty cool. The Concordia's act.
Leon, it was like right here when it got this part.
Oh, yeah?
And then now it's gone.
Oh, okay, good. So we were going to Concordia and we were filming in Concordia like during the daytime, like we're talking noon. And I think out of the 5 or 6 times we went there, we saw full body apparitions 4 times during the daytime. So I don't think I've ever seen so many full body apparitions. You just see some guy walking and it just he's down. So strange. During the daytime. So Concordia ones are pretty good, as long as the weather's good. I don't recommend the one at San Francisco Plaza. It's a national chain,
The penny.
and their history,
I paid
yeah,
the penny over there.
their
Now I-
history is just terrible. They're actually reading off their phone.
Yours is so good.
I have
Okay.
a penny over there.
I'll tell you, I mean, I've read everything that I could possibly find about El Paso. Some of it's wrong, and you gotta sort of find the truth.
But once
Somewhere
there-
in that junk. And I've gone to like the Library of Congress online, found things, personal history,
What is-
all kinds of stuff.
What's this?
You know, so I dig and dig, trying to find actual stuff.
Why is the battery
You know,
not
like
in?
the Columbus, New Mexico, and Pancho Villa attacking. That was like, I found out through the CIA website what actually happened. You know, with Pancho Villa, I think the fact that he was in Coahuila, I found that on a congressional investigation they did, into who was selling the arms and ammunition. It's like 900 pages. There's an actual congressional investigation.
So how long have you been doing this?
Oh, yeah.
Since 2011, was it like 13, 14? When I joined. This is like the very first place we met. No, that's what these guys. So Alex was part of it, we had a completely different team. And I just went on a tour. And then, so what got me was we were running the spirit box, like a very early version of the spirit box that Alex had. And they were talking to somebody here. We found out his name was William. And I mean, this is like, I kept going on the tour, we found out more stuff. He liked to drink whiskey. We talked to the owner, Stephanie's the owner now, but her dad, Joe. His friend was William. And they used to come here and down here in the basement and drink whiskey. Chit chat and stuff. And so we told Joe, we said, hey, William came through. And he's like, oh wow. And we asked him, do you know somebody named Bill or William? He's like, yeah. William actually passed away. So he was a veteran. After we got out of the army and stuff, he ended up getting sick. So they put him in the VA and like convalescent, like a hospice. They said he's got like 6 months. And so Joe went and visited him in the VA, and they said, and William said, "Get me out of here, it's a place to kill him." And he saw the food that he was served, and they're like, "No, we gotta get him out of here." So they brought him here to live. So they allowed him to live here. He's some food, he had friends around him. He lasted 6 years. So he lasted a whole lot longer than he would have inside there. And so he used to come through. We haven't talked to him for a while. We haven't heard from him for a while. And maybe he's moved on. Because eventually they do. And eventually they move on. And I like to assume the doors to heaven open up and they're allowed to go through after a certain amount of time. You know, you got that convalescent time. You also have that. You have to kind of fix yourself and be the right type of person to go to the next step. That's what we've learned. And there's some spirits that they just don't. And they're here for a long time. Like Magda, I didn't hear from her tonight, but you have several spirits that kind of stick up for her. And she usually hangs out watching us over here. She doesn't like us too much. Maybe she just decided not to do it anymore. But she's here because she wants to be here. Something happened between her and her husband, and she ended up hanging herself in the elevator shaft. And we told her, let your husband go, forgive him, move on. And evidently, her husband comes back every once in a while to check. So, but we're just kind of going on, you know, what she's getting and what the spirit box is saying. And we told her, leave these guys alone, let them speak to us, etc. And so the other spirits actually came out in her defense and basically told us, no, she's our friend. You know, I can't remember the whole conversation. The gist was, she's our friend, and we do what she says because we love her. Understand that. So we're being firm with her until that point, and we're like, okay, apologize. You know, sorry about that. So we just have to understand they are people, and they have feelings, even though a lot of them are like in a severe dream state, and they just don't remember much of anything. Some of them are more sharp, you know? And some of them are just like a shell of themselves. This one psychic from Juarez, always skeptical on Juarez psychics, but she told me, it made sense, that sometimes the spirits are just like a piece of the soul. You know? The rest of the soul has moved on, and that piece is still here. It still has a consciousness. So we still got to be respectful of them, even though they're. You know, when we still in the early days of going to Minnesota, we provoke and things like that. And of course, I wasn't running it then, and we learned don't provoke. Because I think there's a place we were going to called the Palace, and that's on East San Antonio Street. And we pissed off something. And we know exactly what it was, and it came through, and the spirit box was saying 6. And we're like, what is 6? And I said, are you afraid of 6? And they said, we are terrified. Straight through the spirit box, they said, we are terrified. And so we started provoking. We said, because we asked, are you a demon? It said yes. It was very talented with the equipment. Like all the K2s, this one, this one, this one, this one, like in a row would go off. We're like, man, this thing's talented. Come to find out, it was a legit demon. Like it was a big one. And it was there because we were getting full body apparition pictures. We were getting excellent communication. And we were learning things we probably shouldn't know. It came there to basically shut us down. And it was bad. We had 3 of us that were provoking, and one guy, Matt, so this is within a 2-week period. Matt, his mother committed suicide. His wife left him. He had a whole bunch of money problems. He lost his house, or he ended up homeless out of his apartment. And his son? No, it was Chris's son. So all these things happened to him. And then Chris, he was also provoking. His grandmother who raised him, she died. His son ended up in the hospital twice during that 2-week period. His wife left him, money problems, he lost his home also. And then and I was provoking, but I was just trying to be one of the cool kids, so I was kind of new, right? So I wasn't really into it, but I was trying. And so, I don't know, never again. Yeah, so bad things happen in my household also. And that's when I realized, you know what? This is not a coincidence, because it happened to all 3 of us, and we were the ones doing it. So I went back to the place and I asked if he was there, and he said he was, and I apologized. I explained what we were doing, and we thought it was somebody pretending to be him, and then everything went back to normal for him. And the other guys, they never apologized. They were still struggling with it. This was 10 years ago, something like that. So it's been a long time. So we realized, don't provoke. Something bad can come out of it. And, especially if you think if it's a demon, I tell people, if you think it's a demon, you walk out. You just cut it off and leave. Because we are not equipped to deal with those things. They are very powerful and they're very old, and they do not care about your life. They want to make you suffer. So, yeah, we learned a few things, unfortunately. And when we were at the DeSoto, it was mostly human stuff, except for that little demon Uvu, who had no power really. We would try to draw in anything, just for the excitement. And anything wanted to communicate with us, we would communicate. It didn't matter. Then eventually other things started showing up, things we couldn't explain. A bunch of the guests and a couple of other investigators watched this thing crawl across the ground, and it looked like a person on all 4s, except it had a long neck and a small head, big ears, and it had the back legs. They said it looked like a praying mantis that came out like that. And I was like, I don't know what that is. But the room didn't feel bad, so it was just something different that we can't categorize. We have no idea. When we saw so many things there that just didn't make any sense, so there wasn't just like humans, angels, demons, ghosts, And we spoke with some angels, or we tried to speak with some angels at that place over by the one you were talking about that had that long basement that kind of went off to the side. One of our investigators, she looked inside that big room, and she saw 3 guys standing in the middle. And so we asked, and we went in there, there's nobody in there. And we asked with the spirit box, we said, who are the 3 that were here? And who are those guys? And they said, they are the 3 who are one. What is that?
The 3 who are what?
The 3 who are one. And so after being there for like a year, going in there every week and speaking to different spirits every time, we had one actually come through, and it said the angels tricked me. The angels left me here. And we're like, man, this is some clear communication. And it happened like a couple of times. Spirits would be there, and they just got left there, and the angels took the rest of the group and left them there. That's when we figured out that place was kind of like a subway for the dead. they would bring them and separate the group and take them to different places. Where? Don't know. And we asked, can we speak with the angels? And they said, no. They were there to do a job, and that was it. They were not going to talk to us. Okay? That would have been interesting. I never got to see them. Jackie saw them pretty clear. I think, who else saw them? I think Art saw that back in there. I think it was her, I think it was Jackie and Art saw both of those three guys. So, strange world we're messing with here. I think when 6 came through, I think it's because we were asking too many questions. So now we know, we draw a line and we don't cross it. So we don't need those problems. We learned a lot. A lot of stuff we probably shouldn't know. So is Twitch off? Oh, wait, no, sorry. Hey guys.
Wait.
Okay, Twitch, see you tomorrow at the Horror Fest, bright and early. So hopefully everybody had a good time. Kind of different, smaller group. It was a little slower tonight than we're used to. Communication's a little spotty.